Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at CyberGhost, which is a very popular VPN known for being very reliable when it comes to privacy and security, as well as being one of the most affordable VPNs out there. That said, there's more to a VPN than privacy and cost, which is why I'll be going through everything this VPN has to offer, including privacy policy, speed, streaming, and torrenting capabilities, as well as security and features, to help you figure out whether or not CyberGhost is the right VPN for you. And of course, if you want to check out CyberGhost for yourself, you'll find links to pricing as well as a special discount in the description down below. Alright, so let's kick this review off by talking about CyberGhost privacy policy, since it's basically the most important thing about a VPN. And that's because you don't want to have security software that beats its own purpose by logging your data and selling it to third-party advertisers. Now in the case of CyberGhost, they have a strict no logs policy, and they operate on RAM-only servers, meaning that they cannot store, sell, or share your data. Not only that, but they've also undergone several audits by independent companies such as Deloitte in order to back up their claims, and all these audit results came back in great standing. And so when it comes to privacy policy, you can trust that CyberGhost will keep your data private and won't store or share your activity with third parties. Alright, now moving on to speed. Well, this part is a little bit tricky because CyberGhost is a pretty fast VPN, and it can even reach speed results similar to those of ExpressVPN and NordVPN. That said, there are quite a few times when instead of having a 15 to 20% drop in speed, which is completely natural for a VPN due to the time it takes to encrypt your traffic, I've lost about 70% in speed, and this is mostly when connecting to faraway servers. Now, I've also looked this up on public forums, and it seems that a considerable amount of users are facing the same issue. But just a little tip here, if you want to have the best and most consistent speeds possible with CyberGhost, make sure to switch to the WireGuard protocol, as it's the fastest performing protocol here. Though keep in mind that it might not be available on all 9,900 plus servers, but whenever you get the chance, use WireGuard. And so I would say it gets a solid 6.5 out of 10 when it comes to speed, but they just need to work on keeping those speeds consistent a little bit more. Moving on to features, this is where I have a little bit of an issue with CyberGhost, as they don't bring a lot to the table. Now I understand that the lack of features is a byproduct of them making the service as affordable as possible, but there are already features in this app that function a bit weirdly compared to their counterpart. The biggest example here is going to be the exceptions feature, which is supposed to be their version of split tunneling. But instead of deciding which apps use the VPN and which apps use your regular connection, you only get to do that with URLs. I mean, it's decent enough, and I could see where it might be useful, but having a fully fledged split tunneling feature would be much better here. Now, outside of split tunneling, you also get the kill switch, which is arguably the most important feature a VPN should have, as it immediately severs your internet connection whenever you accidentally disconnect from the VPN server to prevent anything from leaking over to your ISP or anyone else trying to snoop on your connection. This feature is going to be on by default, and you can find it by clicking on privacy settings. It's going to be right at the bottom if you wish to disable it. That said, I recommend against doing that since there are no downsides to this feature and it would only be a massive boost to your security. Okay, since we're at the privacy menu, you'll also find the block content and prevent DNS leaks toggles. The first one here is basically an ad blocker that also blocks malware and tracker infested domains, and it's pretty good as it's blocked most of the ads I tested it with. But it still feels a little bit lackluster compared to something like NordVPN's web protection feature that not only blocks ads, trackers, and malware-infested sites, but also monitors your downloads to make sure you don't accidentally download malware on your device. And as far as the prevent DNS leaks toggle goes, there's no need to turn it off, as it's an extra layer of security just like the kill switch. Now, if you go to smart rules, you'll find a couple of neat options here. Not features per se, but they're more like quality of life options. Things like setting up CyberGhost to launch on startup, specific actions to take whenever you connect to a network, and setting up CyberGhost to launch whenever you open specific apps. Pretty cool options, nothing too fancy. Besides that, if you go back to the homepage, you'll notice that CyberGhost has a couple of specialty server options, such as servers that are specially optimized for streaming, gaming, and torrenting. And the cool thing here is that if you select the for streaming category and you type Netflix UK in the search bar right above it, you get a list of all the UK servers that are specifically optimized for streaming Netflix, and that's a pretty cool feature. Also, aside from these three, you also get a dedicated IP option, which gives you better speeds and even more secure internet connection. However, this is not included in their subscription, and you have to purchase it as an add-on. So that's basically it as far as features go. And as I said, it's pretty bare bones, and won't offer you as much as VPNs like Nord and Surfshark, but at least it has the kill switch, which is very important, as well as a handful of specialty servers which are more than welcome. Now, when it comes to streaming and torrenting, CyberGhost is actually pretty good, especially if you're using the specialty servers we talked about earlier, as they're the best for such activities. Also, even though it's not as consistent as ExpressVPN when it comes to accessing streaming servers, it still works the majority of the time. And since you have over 9,900 servers spread across 100 countries, you can simply pick another server and it should work out. Besides that, having such a big list of countries would also allow you to access way more international content and stream from whichever library you might like. Alright, now moving on to cost, which I know many of you are interested in knowing about, CyberGhost is probably the most affordable VPN on the market that has premium-like qualities. You get 3 subscription plans here, a monthly plan, 6-month plan, and a 2-year plan. Now, if you want to save the most amount of money, going for the 2-year plan is your best option here, as it only costs $2.19 a month, which is almost nothing. Besides that, you also get a 45-day money-back guarantee, so you can test out CyberGhost for 45 days. And if you're not satisfied with the service, you can simply contact their 24/7 live chat support and claim your refund. Also, if you sign up on your Android or iOS device, you'll get a 3-day free trial, and you can use the same account on up to 7 different devices, since this trial is not limited to only your phone. Alright, so with that said, what do I really think about CyberGhost? Well, despite having some shortcomings like inconsistent speeds and very few features, I consider CyberGhost to be a very good budget VPN, and I would especially recommend it if you're looking to pay the least amount of money for a premium VPN. It's fast, secure, affordable, very good for streaming, torrenting, and gaming, and you can even test it out for 45 days risk-free. Now, if CyberGhost does not seem like your cup of tea, and you're looking for something a bit different, the 3 VPNs I recommend the most are going to be ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. I don't want to make this video any longer than it already is, so I'll just briefly go over all 3 of these VPNs, and if you'd like to know more about them, you can check the in-depth reviews I'll be leaving in the description down below. So starting with ExpressVPN, this is going to be the one I recommend if you're looking for the easiest to use, most secure, and best performing VPN when it comes to connecting and disconnecting from servers. It honestly feels like an Apple product given how secure it is and how intuitive the interface is. It almost feels like it's part of your device and not just some third-party app. As for my second recommendation, we've got Nord. If you're looking for a VPN that gives you a lot of bonus features, as well as the maximum number of countries you could possibly get with a VPN at 111 countries. Besides that, thanks to the NordLynx protocol, Nord has become arguably the fastest VPN in the industry, and this makes it a great option for streaming, torrenting, and gaming. So as far as performance, security, and feature variety, NordVPN is an incredibly well-rounded VPN. As for Surfshark, it's going to be the best budget VPN, not only because you can share it with as many friends and family members as you'd like thanks to the unlimited simultaneous connections, unlike Express's 8 allowed connections at a time and Nord's 10, but you also get a lot of value with Surfshark, especially if you get the 1 plan, which comes with a fully fledged antivirus, as well as many cybersecurity tools that would enhance your overall security and privacy. And even then, the 1 plan would still cost less than most other VPNs that don't even offer half of what this plan gives you. So if you're looking for the best budget VPN that packs a lot of value, Surfshark is right up your alley. Now, as I said earlier, this is just a brief overview of the VPNs, so if you'd like to know more about these VPNs, you can check out the in-depth reviews in the description below. And that'll be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to use the links in the description to grab yourself the best discounts possible. And check out the full reviews as well if you want to know more about these VPNs. Besides that, like and subscribe to see more of these videos, and let me know in the comments if there's anything cybersecurity you'd like me to cover. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.